Hi, this is Tara, and this is a happy horoscope check-in for the Gemini season. Back when I originally did my reading for the Gemini season, I mentioned that I was planning to come back and check in with you at the new moon. I did not have the opportunity to do that. I am sorry about that. Just stuff got in the way. What can I tell you? It's been a busy season. We started it in a Mercury retrograde. Now we're out of that retrograde, so things are kind of picking up and things are moving in a different direction than how the season started. But with our original reading, a couple of things I want to remind you about. First of all, we talked about how you have all the power. That's what Gemini is all about. Gemini is the first air sign that we have in the astrological calendar. And it is a sign all about curiosity and communication. Gemini likes to learn, likes to discover, has a lot of different interests, is always looking, to see what else is out there. But Gemini does it in a kind of detached way, like all air signs do. It's a mental sign, so it's discerning information in kind of an objective, detached manner, and then coming to decisions that become truths. And that's where you have all the power, and that's what Gemini is here to teach us. It's one of the reasons why Gemini is called the teacher, because Gemini likes to gather a lot of information and then come to decisions about that information and share it with others. Sometimes Gemini can be a little bossy, and Gemini can almost always be a little strict. They come to a decision, that's the way that it is, they're not going to be swayed from it. In general, remember, I'm talking in generalities here. I'm not talking about specifics or anything like that. That's just how the energy is. And that's a good thing. That helps us to, develop truths and develop like personal philosophies that we can hold on to and that can guide us throughout the rest of the year. When we did do our reading, the last card where the energy was taking us came up as the fire sign. Here comes the fire, because we've got a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is opposite Gemini on the astrological wheel. They are what's known as opposites in astrology. And the interesting thing about opposites in astrology, you can learn so much about yourself when you look at your opposite sign, because they have so many similarities. Both Gemini and Sagittarius are curious, both like to learn things, both are adventurers, explorers. It's just that Gemini takes a very different approach. Gemini does it from a detached, almost clinical mindset, while Sagittarius is all fire. It's all coming from the heart. It's all coming from the gut. It's all about, Sagittarius is approaching it with a kind of wonder and excitement and optimism about things that, clinical Gemini doesn't have that kind of energy. So it's really beautiful when you have both of these energies together. You've got Sun in Gemini, you've got the full moon in Sagittarius, and the full moon is kind of it's like all things, it's two things. It's the end of a cycle, it's the beginning of a new cycle. So you may find that there's, especially with us coming out of our retrograde period, where things tend to get a little slowed down, a little stuck, if you will. You may find that things are starting to change for you. Opportunities are coming up, maybe things you were waiting for, or things that you were planning. Now you've got a little bit more fire, if you will, under you to get it started, or the opportunity has arisen and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm going to go with my gut and do what feels right. That's what a Sagittarius full moon is going to help you with. That's where you're going to be able to move towards your passion. And when opportunities arise, you're going to make a decision that's going to become a truth. That doesn't mean that it's not going to change somewhere down the line, because everything is changing. We're always in constant motion. And that's the whole beauty of the astrological calendar. It's meant to keep us moving in a positive direction. So we are moving in the right direction. We're always moving in the right direction. But now with this Sagittarius full moon, you may find yourself, like I said, all of a sudden you're more excited about something, or something new is coming into your life, or maybe something is moving out of your life that was kind of holding you back or making you feel stuck. Whatever it is, Sagittarius is very much a sign about personal freedom, about feeling free to do whatever, and doing it with adventure and excitement and optimism. And that's what this full moon is going to bring for you. And if Gemini teaches us that we have the power by our thoughts, Sagittarius can teach us we create the life that we want to have. We create the joy, the fun, the excitement. That's what we can do. You put these two powerful energies together and anything is possible for you. Absolutely anything. So I want you to pay very close attention at this full moon and see how you're feeling. See what ideas come into your mind. Follow up on them. This is when, now another aspect that's going on at this full moon is Neptune is going to be in a square to the full moon. So when planets are in a square with each other, they're not really getting along very well. It's almost like if you're in the room with another person and you're sitting in one corner and the other person is sitting in an opposite corner, and you're kind of like staring at each other like, what do you want? It's kind of like that energy. There's no cooperation, okay? So Neptune is not necessarily going to be cooperating with the full moon, but with that Sagittarian optimism. Neptune is the sign of, Neptune is the planet of visionaries. It's the planet of imagination, of dreams, of illusions, of using the mind to create whatever you want, whatever kind of dreams, whatever you want, whatever kind of fantasy that you want to be living. Neptune can help you do that. The thing is, as I said, it's going to be in a square to the full moon. So it may feel a little heavy right now. It may feel like your thoughts might almost feel like they're weighing you down, holding you back even. It could feel like you're so caught up in an illusion that you don't even want to bother trying to look for a positive reality. Here's my advice to you. If that happens to you, if you start to feel yourself being heavy or something like that, or just like, you're finding that you're just not feeling all that great. Yeah, I'm sitting here telling you, oh, you're going to feel amazing. It's optimism. It's anything can happen kind of energy. And you're feeling like, I'm just stuck. I can't. Push it aside. You have to use your power to just push that away from you. And instead, allow the heart, allow your gut, allow your instinct to take over. For a moment, I'm going to tell you, don't follow your mind. Follow your heart. Follow your soul. Follow your passion. And see where that takes you. Because when Neptune is in this position with the full moon, your thoughts could be a little too heavy. And that's why it's time to maybe let Gemini take a step back a little bit. That Gemini Sun that has you've had how many weeks with it already, where you've taken in a lot of information, you've come to decision, you've created philosophies, truth, things that you want to see happen. Now's the time to kind of push that stuff aside and say, I'm just going to go with whatever comes up. I'm just going to feel good. Create the life that you want by feeling good. That's what this moon is all about. And like I said, it's going to be very powerful. It's the strawberry moon, which just sounds really pretty. It's also going to be a super moon. So it appears closer to Earth, and we're visual people. So if something looks like it's closer, it's going to feel more powerful to us. There's so much good energy here, though, for you to use. And a full moon is it's really a good time to make decisions, to follow up on plans, to take action. But make it a positive action, making something that feels good, that is bringing you joy, that's bringing you excitement. It's time for an adventure. It's time to get out of your head and get into the world. That's what this energy is all about. You've had time to think things over. Now it's time to take action and go on out there and wander around and see what pops up and what kind of fun you can have with it. Okay? Have a very happy full moon. Go out there and create something magical for yourself, because that's what you deserve.